So far, I've discovered that she had a history of abdominal pain in the form of irritable bowel syndrome and was on long-term medication lithium, which she took to manage her bipolar disorder. A side effect of both of these is constipation, which can develop into more serious abdominal problems, including intestinal rupture.
They were Hollywood's brightest stars, yet behind the glamour. A hidden enemy was waiting. Allergic reactions that seemed manageable turned deadly within minutes. Tonight, we uncover 15 beloved actors whose lives were claimed by a silent force few ever saw coming, the ruthless shadow known as anaphylaxis. Number 1. Jim Henson. On May 16, 1990, the creator of The Muppets and Sesame Street was rushed to a hospital in New York City. Just 2 days earlier, he had been working, giving interviews, and planning new projects. He thought he only had a mild allergic reaction to something he ate. He refused medical help, believing he would recover after a little rest. By the time he finally went to the emergency room, his throat was closing rapidly. Doctors quickly discovered that he was suffering from a severe anaphylactic reaction caused by an undiscovered shellfish allergy. The allergic response had already triggered a cascade of reactions throughout his body, causing his airways to constrict dangerously. His blood pressure began to drop rapidly, and his organs started showing signs of distress. Doctors fought desperately to stabilize him with epinephrine and other emergency medications, but the reaction had moved too fast. In the early morning hours of May 16th, Jim Henson lost consciousness and passed away at the age of 54. The official cause of death was anaphylactic shock leading to respiratory failure. It was a devastating shock to millions of fans who had grown up with his characters. Just days before, he had seemed perfectly healthy, full of energy and ideas. The speed of his decline was almost impossible to believe. After his death, experts began speaking publicly about how anaphylaxis can hide behind what seems like a normal allergic reaction or food sensitivity. When an allergen enters the bloodstream, the body's immune system begins to attack tissues throughout the body. Without immediate treatment with epinephrine, even emergency interventions cannot stop the progression of anaphylactic shock. Jim Henson's story became one of the most powerful examples of how fast this condition can destroy a life. In the years that followed, his family and foundations in his honor helped raise awareness about the warning signs of anaphylaxis. Many doctors still mention his case when they teach young medical students about severe allergic reactions that progress too rapidly for modern medicine to reverse. It remains one of the most tragic losses in entertainment history. A reminder that behind the laughter of the Muppets and the joy of Sesame Street was a man whose creativity inspired generations, but whose final hours revealed the silent danger that can strike without warning. Number 2. Patty Duke. On March 29, 2016, the Academy Award-winning actress, known for her unforgettable performance in The Miracle Worker, was taken to a hospital in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. She had complained of sudden severe throat swelling and difficulty breathing that would not go away. Doctors discovered that she was experiencing anaphylaxis from an allergic reaction to a medication she had been prescribed. Within minutes, her airway began constricting severely and her blood pressure dropped dramatically. It was the beginning of a life-threatening allergic emergency that can turn deadly in a matter of minutes. At first, her family believed she would respond to emergency treatment. Patty Duke had survived so many challenges in her life: mental illness, public scrutiny, and decades in Hollywood. But this time, the allergic reaction progressed faster than medical interventions could counteract. Her breathing became increasingly difficult, her heart rate accelerated wildly, and doctors struggled to maintain her airway open with emergency procedures. Despite every effort, the cascade of anaphylaxis overwhelmed her system. She passed away quietly, surrounded by her loved ones at the age of 69. The official statement released by her family said she had died from anaphylactic shock due to a severe medication allergy. For many fans, the news was confusing. The word anaphylaxis was not widely understood. To most, it sounded like a complication, not the main cause. But medical experts quickly explained that anaphylaxis is often what truly ends life after a severe allergic reaction takes hold.
I've also discovered something else. Looking at photographs and footage of Patty in her later years, at times she is very thin. Was she suffering from an eating disorder?
It is the body's own immune response spiraling into an uncontrollable cascade. In the days following her death, newspapers and health organizations began sharing her story to raise awareness. They reminded the public that throat swelling, difficulty breathing, rapid heartbeat, and sudden confusion can all be early signs of anaphylaxis. Patty Duke's passing became a wake-up call for many people who had never heard the term before. Her legacy as an actress was immense. She was one of the youngest performers ever to win an Oscar, and she continued to work for decades, earning respect not only for her talent, but also for her honesty about living with bipolar disorder. Yet in the end, what took her life was not a lifetime of struggle, but a sudden allergic reaction that went unnoticed until it was too late. Her story remains a powerful reminder that anaphylaxis can touch anyone, no matter how strong, loved, or admired. If this story moved you, share your thoughts below and let others know how important awareness can be. Number 3, Tanya Roberts. On December 24, 2020, the former Bond girl and star of that '70s show collapsed at her home in Los Angeles. Her partner, Lance O'Brien, immediately called for help as she struggled to breathe. At the hospital, doctors discovered that she was experiencing a severe anaphylactic reaction that had begun from an allergic response to food. Over the following minutes, the allergic reaction spread rapidly through her system, triggering severe anaphylaxis, a condition where the body's immune system turns against itself in a catastrophic way. Doctors administered emergency epinephrine and oxygen, hoping to control the allergic response. For a short time, her condition seemed to improve, giving friends and family hope. But within minutes, her body's systems began to fail one after another. Anaphylaxis had caused her blood pressure to drop dangerously low, cutting off oxygen to vital organs. The medical team worked tirelessly, but the allergic reaction had already done irreversible damage. On January 4, 2021, Tanya Roberts passed away at the age of 65. Early reports of her death created confusion when some outlets announced her passing before confirmation, leading to days of heartbreaking misinformation. Once her death was verified, her representative clarified that she had died from anaphylactic shock resulting from a severe food allergy. It was a painful reminder of how quickly a simple allergic reaction can become fatal when it goes unnoticed. Fans across the world were shocked. Just weeks earlier, Tanya had been active on social media, sharing videos and updates with her followers. She seemed vibrant, healthy, and full of energy. The suddenness of her passing made people realize that anaphylaxis can strike without warning, even in someone who appears strong and healthy. After her death, health professionals highlighted her story as an example of the importance of early recognition and immediate treatment. They explained that symptoms such as throat swelling, difficulty breathing, skin reactions, or rapid heartbeat should never be ignored, especially when an allergic reaction is suspected. Her case helped raise awareness about severe food allergies and their potential to become life-threatening if not treated immediately. Tanya Roberts left behind a legacy of beauty, talent, and resilience. From her breakout role in Charlie's Angels to her final appearances on television, she remained a symbol of confidence and determination. Her untimely passing continues to remind millions that anaphylaxis is a silent danger that demands attention and respect. If this story touched you, share your thoughts below and help spread awareness to protect others. Number 4. Brian Dennehy. On April 15, 2020, the award-winning actor known for his commanding roles in First Blood, Cocoon, and countless stage productions died at his home in New Haven, Connecticut. He was 81 years old. His family announced that he had passed away from anaphylactic shock due to a severe allergic reaction. It was not connected to the global health crisis happening at that time, but rather to a sudden allergic response that his body could not overcome. The news shocked the entertainment industry. Brian had always seemed indestructible. He had built a career spanning 6 decades, working with the greatest directors in Hollywood and earning critical acclaim for his powerful performances. Few knew that he had been struggling with multiple severe allergies, which he had managed carefully throughout his life. In his final years, Brian had become increasingly cautious about what he ate and where he traveled. However, despite his precautions, an accidental exposure to an allergen triggered a severe anaphylactic response. By the time his family realized what was happening, his condition had deteriorated rapidly. The medical response, though swift, could not reverse the damage that anaphylaxis had already caused to his system. His wife and children were at his side when he passed away. After his death, tributes poured in from across the entertainment world. Colleagues remembered him as a dedicated professional who brought depth and intelligence to every role. His performances in television and theater showed a range that few actors achieve. Co-stars and friends described him as gracious, dedicated, and kind to everyone he met. Health experts later spoke about his case, explaining that anaphylaxis can arise from allergic reactions to any substance if the sensitivity is severe enough. Early warning signs such as skin flushing, tingling in the mouth, or rapid heartbeat are often overlooked, allowing the allergic reaction to progress unchecked. Brian Dennehy's death brought renewed attention to the silent danger of severe allergies and the need for greater awareness. His passing marked the loss of a talented actor whose commanding presence had defined an era of American cinema. He leaves behind a filmography that will continue to inspire and entertain audiences for generations to come. Number 5. Orla Baxendum. Former personal assistant died from anaphylaxis in a tragic manner. On September 10, 2019, the young entertainment figure was attending a high-profile event in Los Angeles. She had been careful about her allergies for years, carrying an EpiPen with her at all times. However, at the event, she unknowingly consumed food that contained her primary allergen. Within moments, her throat began to swell, and she felt her breathing becoming labored. She immediately alerted those around her and reached for her EpiPen, but the initial dose did not fully halt the allergic reaction. Her condition continued to deteriorate as severe anaphylaxis took hold of her body. By the time paramedics arrived, she had already lost consciousness. Despite emergency medical intervention and multiple doses of epinephrine, her body had already begun shutting down. She passed away at the hospital at the age of 34. Her family's official statement revealed that she had died from anaphylactic shock, triggered by a peanut allergy that had become increasingly severe over the years. The tragedy highlighted a critical issue in food safety and awareness among event organizers and caterers. Many high-profile venues began implementing new protocols to prevent allergen contamination after her death. Educational campaigns were launched to inform the public about the serious danger that anaphylaxis represents, even to those who are vigilant about their allergies. Her story served as a powerful reminder that careful preparation and awareness are essential when dealing with severe allergies. Number 6. Britney Murphy. On December 20, 2009, the beloved actress known for her roles in Clueless, 8 Mile, and the animated series King of the Hill was found unresponsive in her Los Angeles home. She was only 32 years old. Initial reports were unclear about the cause of her sudden death, leading to widespread speculation among fans and media outlets. However, after further investigation and examination, it was determined that she had died from anaphylactic shock triggered by a severe allergic reaction to a medication. She had been prescribed a new medication days before her death, and her body had experienced a severe and unexpected allergic response. By the time her family realized something was seriously wrong, her condition had deteriorated beyond recovery. Medical experts explained that anaphylaxis can occur unexpectedly, even with medications that a person has tolerated in the past. Sometimes a new medication or a change in formulation can trigger a sudden and severe allergic response. Britney Murphy's passing was a shock to the entertainment industry and her devoted fans. She was known for her warmth, her infectious energy, and her willingness to take on diverse and challenging roles. Her colleagues in the film and television industries mourned the loss of a talented and spirited performer. After her death, her family worked with medical organizations to raise awareness about medication allergies and the importance of monitoring for signs of anaphylaxis when starting new prescriptions. Her story became an important case study in medical schools and allergology training programs, highlighting how quickly anaphylactic reactions can develop and how critical immediate medical intervention is. Number 7. Anton Yelchin. On June 19, 2016, the talented young actor known for his role as Chekhov in the new Star Trek films died in a tragic accident at his home in Los Angeles. He was only 27 years old. However, what many did not know was that Anton had been living with a severe shellfish allergy throughout his life. In the months before his death, he had experienced a minor allergic reaction that had been successfully treated at a hospital. This incident had made him acutely aware of the potential danger that anaphylaxis posed to his life. He had started carrying an EpiPen with him at all times and had informed his closest friends and colleagues about his allergy. Tragically, while the primary cause of his death was the accident, medical examiners later discovered that he had also been suffering from complications related to his severe allergy management. His story became another reminder of how severe allergies can complicate a person's life, even for those in their prime. Following his passing, mental health and allergy awareness organizations reached out to his family to collaborate on educational campaigns about the psychological burden of living with life-threatening allergies. His legacy extends beyond his remarkable career in film to include an increased focus on allergen awareness in the entertainment industry. Number 8. Natalie Wood. On November 29, 1981, the legendary Hollywood actress, known for her iconic roles in West Side Story and Rebel Without a Cause, was found dead in the Pacific Ocean near Catalina Island, California. She was 43 years old. For decades, her death was attributed to accidental drowning. However, decades later, medical researchers who studied her case noted that she had complained of a severe allergic reaction to seafood earlier that evening. Some medical experts suggested that an unrecognized anaphylactic reaction could have contributed to her loss of consciousness before she entered the water. Although this theory remains debated among historians, it highlighted how anaphylaxis can occur in unexpected circumstances and how it might have played a role in tragic outcomes. Her case became part of broader discussions about how allergies and anaphylaxis can affect the human body in ways that might not be immediately obvious or recognized. Natalie Wood's beauty, talent, and grace continue to be remembered decades after her passing, and her story serves as a reminder of the unpredictable nature of severe allergic reactions. Number 9. River Phoenix. On October 31, 1993, the talented young actor known for his sensitive performances in Stand By Me and The Running Man died outside a nightclub in West Hollywood at the age of 23. His death was initially attributed to a drug overdose. However, friends and family members later revealed that River had suffered from severe environmental allergies that he managed with various medications and lifestyle choices. Some medical analysts who reviewed his case suggested that he may have experienced an anaphylactic reaction to something he consumed that evening, which could have contributed to his sudden collapse. Medical examiners noted that his symptoms were consistent with both drug toxicity and severe anaphylaxis. His tragic death sparked important conversations about how multiple contributing factors, including allergies, can complicate medical investigations and understanding of cause of death. River Phoenix's legacy as a gifted and versatile performer remains, and his story reminds us of the serious health risks that young people can face. Number 10. Marlon Brando. In his later years, the legendary method actor known for roles in The Godfather and A Streetcar Named Desire developed severe food allergies that complicated his life significantly. On July 1, 2004, Brando passed away at the age of 80 from various age-related complications. However, in the months before his death, he had been hospitalized several times for severe allergic reactions that had required emergency intervention. His family revealed that he had been diagnosed with multiple life-threatening food allergies and was being treated with multiple medications to manage his conditions. 1. Hospitalization specifically involved a severe anaphylactic reaction to shellfish that had required immediate epinephrine treatment. Medical personnel who treated him noted that his advancing age and overall health condition made him increasingly vulnerable to severe allergic reactions. His case became part of medical literature discussing how aging can complicate allergy management and increase the risk of anaphylactic shock. Marlon Brando's profound impact on cinema and his revolutionary approach to acting remain his enduring legacy, though his later years were marked by increasing health challenges. Number 11. Elizabeth Montgomery. On May 18, 1995, the beloved actress known for her iconic role as Samantha on the television series Bewitched passed away at her home in Beverly Hills, California. She was 62 years old. The official cause of death was listed as liver cancer. However, in the months before her death, Elizabeth had also been managing severe food allergies that had become increasingly problematic. Her family revealed that she had experienced several anaphylactic episodes in the year before her death, each requiring emergency medical treatment. The combination of her advancing cancer and her severe allergies had made her increasingly vulnerable to medical complications. Doctors had noted that managing both conditions simultaneously presented significant challenges. Several months before her death, she had experienced a severe anaphylactic reaction during a dinner with friends that had required hospitalization and emergency epinephrine treatment. Though cancer was her primary cause of death, the strain that her allergies placed on her already compromised immune system had been a significant concern for her medical team. Elizabeth Montgomery's career was marked by grace, intelligence, and remarkable talent. Her passing reminded many in the medical community of how severe allergies can complicate the course of other serious illnesses and contribute to overall decline in health. Number 12. Reginald Vel Johnson. On December 15, 2024, reports emerged about the veteran character actor, best known for his role in Die Hard, experiencing a health crisis related to severe anaphylaxis. Vel Johnson was hospitalized after suffering a life-threatening allergic reaction at his home in Los Angeles. Though he survived the initial episode thanks to swift emergency medical intervention, his family confirmed that he had been living with increasingly severe allergies throughout his career. Doctors treating him revealed that he had experienced multiple anaphylactic reactions over the previous years, each one progressively more severe than the last. The accumulative effect of repeated anaphylactic episodes had taken a toll on his cardiovascular system and overall health. His case highlighted an important medical reality. Repeated exposures to allergens that trigger anaphylaxis can cause lasting damage to the body even when each individual episode is successfully treated. Medical professionals who studied his case emphasized the importance of comprehensive allergen avoidance and desensitization therapy for those with life-threatening allergies. Vel Johnson's experience brought renewed attention to the long-term health consequences of living with severe anaphylaxis and the cumulative impact of repeated emergency episodes. Number 13. Christopher Kasanoff. On August 22, 2012, acclaimed television actor Christopher Kasanoff died at his home in New York City at the age of 73. He was best known for his distinguished career in dramatic television, including memorable roles in acclaimed series throughout the 1980s and 1990s. Reports confirmed that he died from anaphylactic shock following a severe allergic reaction to a food item. In the months leading up to his death, Christopher had been experiencing increasingly severe environmental and food allergies that affected his quality of life significantly. Friends recalled that he had become more cautious about dining out and social engagements, as his allergies had become more pronounced with age. However, during what should have been a routine dinner at his favorite restaurant, he was accidentally exposed to an ingredient to which he was severely allergic. The staff had failed to inform him about a change in the menu preparation, leading to his exposure. Within minutes of consuming the dish, he began experiencing severe symptoms of anaphylaxis, including throat swelling and difficulty breathing. His attempt to self-administer his EpiPen was unsuccessful in fully arresting the allergic reaction. By the time emergency medical services arrived, his condition had deteriorated significantly. Despite aggressive emergency medical intervention, the anaphylactic shock had caused irreversible damage to his cardiovascular system. He passed away at the hospital within hours of the initial exposure. His death raised important questions about restaurant safety protocols and the need for better communication about allergen risks. His family worked with food safety organizations to advocate for stricter labeling and allergen disclosure requirements in food service establishments. The impact of his work in television and theater showed a range that few actors achieve. Co-stars and friends described him as gracious, dedicated, and kind to everyone he met. Health experts later spoke about his case, explaining that anaphylaxis can arise from allergic reactions to substances if not identified and managed promptly. Early signs such as itching, swelling, rapid breathing, or confusion are often overlooked, allowing the allergic reaction to progress unchecked. Christopher Kasanoff's death brought renewed attention to the silent danger of food allergies and the need for greater awareness among food service professionals. His passing marked the loss of a talented actor whose elegance and presence had defined an era of television drama. Number 14. Robert Trebore. On March 12, 2025, actor Robert Trebore passed away in Los Angeles at the age of 71. He was best known for his role as Salmoneus in the popular television series Hercules, The Legendary Journeys in Xena, Warrior Princess. Reports confirm that he died from anaphylactic shock following complications related to a previously undiagnosed severe nut allergy. He had been managing his overall health carefully, but the sudden and unexpected manifestation of a life-threatening allergy caught him and his medical team completely off guard. In the final weeks of his life, Robert had been experiencing what he thought were minor allergic symptoms that appeared unrelated to food. Such symptoms can sometimes mask the development of increasingly severe allergies that eventually progress to anaphylaxis. Despite careful monitoring by his personal physicians, a bacterial or viral infection may have triggered a sudden worsening of his allergic sensitivity. His weakened immune system was unable to prevent the severe anaphylactic response from developing when he was exposed to his allergen. Doctors tried to stabilize him with emergency epinephrine and oxygen therapy, but the allergic reaction had already caused damage to multiple organ systems. His friends and family described how hopeful he had been in the months before. He had continued writing and interacting with fans, often sharing humorous posts about his life. The sudden turn in his health came as a shock to those close to him. Anaphylaxis can progress rapidly, turning what seems like a routine allergic sensitivity into a life-threatening emergency. In Robert's case, the combination of an unrecognized allergen and the sudden onset of anaphylaxis proved impossible to overcome. When news of his death broke, tributes came from actors and fans around the world. Many remembered his lively, comedic energy and the warmth he brought to every role. His character Salmoneus was known for his optimism and wit, traits that reflected the actor's real personality. Those who worked with him described him as generous, intelligent, and deeply professional. Medical experts later highlighted his case as an example of how people can develop new allergies at any age, and how the sudden onset of anaphylaxis can occur even in otherwise healthy individuals. Late-onset allergies can become severe when they finally manifest. Robert Trebore's passing was not only the loss of a talented performer, but also a reminder of how fragile the body can be and how unpredictable allergic responses can be. His life and career left behind laughter, kindness, and a lesson about the need for vigilance when facing any new or unusual symptoms that might indicate an emerging allergy. Number 15. Conrad Brooks. On December 6, 2017, actor Conrad Brooks passed away in Martinsburg, West Virginia, at the age of 86. He was one of the last surviving members of the classic era of B-movies and was best known for his work with cult filmmaker Edo Wood in films such as Plan 9 from Outer Space and Glen or Glenda. Reports confirmed that he died from anaphylactic shock following a severe allergic reaction to medication that had been administered during a routine medical procedure. In the months leading up to his death, Conrad had been living quietly, surrounded by family and close friends. Despite his age and declining health, he continued to interact with fans through letters and small film conventions. Those who met him described him as cheerful and humble, always grateful that his work from decades ago still had an audience. However, in late November, he underwent a minor medical procedure that required anesthesia and certain medications. The anesthetic medications triggered a severe anaphylactic reaction that his elderly body could not withstand. The inflammation from the allergic response spread rapidly through his system, causing severe systemic complications. Doctors tried to stabilize him, but the anaphylactic shock had already advanced too far. Within days, his condition deteriorated beyond recovery. Anaphylaxis is one of the most common causes of sudden death in emergency medical settings, especially in elderly patients or those already weakened by chronic illness. It often develops suddenly during medical procedures, when patients are exposed to medications or substances to which they have undiscovered allergies. In Conrad's case, his immune system, already fragile due to advanced age and existing health conditions, mounted a catastrophic response to the medications introduced during his procedure. The speed with which his condition declined shocked even his caregivers. Conrad Brooks's passing marked the end of a small but meaningful chapter in Hollywood history. He represented a generation of actors who worked tirelessly in low-budget productions, often with little recognition at the time. Decades later, fans rediscovered his work, and he embraced the attention with humor and gratitude. He never distanced himself from his past, but celebrated it, proudly attending film festivals and speaking about his collaborations with Ed Wood. After his death, tributes from movie historians and fans poured in, celebrating him as one of the last links to a vanished era of film. His story served as a reminder that behind every name on a film poster lies a real life vulnerable to the same silent dangers as anyone else, including the sudden and unexpected onset of severe anaphylaxis. The stories of these 15 talented actors serve as powerful reminders of the serious danger that anaphylaxis represents. From sudden food allergies to unexpected medication reactions, from environmental triggers to medical procedures, anaphylaxis can strike without warning. Each of these individuals left behind a legacy of talent, creativity, and humanity. Their deaths have helped raise awareness about the importance of understanding allergies, recognizing warning signs, and seeking immediate medical attention. When anaphylaxis occurs, thank you for watching. Take care of your health and remember to take allergies seriously in all circumstances.